So it looks like things have finally come full circle in the Wendy Williams versus Kevin Hunter case. Rumor has it that Kevin has been begging to get back with Wendy, and she just might be willing to take him back.
And I'm like, but I'm still in love. I don't know what to do. Like, are you serious with this? This is really going.
Now, news about this possible reconciliation has hit the internet in flames because fans are begging Wendy not to take Kevin back after he did her so dirty the last time. And people are convinced that he is just after her money and nothing more. So does this mean that Wendy and Kevin are getting married again? And why are people convinced that this is a plot to get Wendy into conservatorship?
Pulled out my spray paint. And I spray painted Kevin and Wendy forever. And to this day, it still is forever. Doesn't mean I love you.
Well, just when we thought that things couldn't possibly get more embarrassing for Kevin Hunter, rumor has it that he is begging Wendy to take him back after he did her dirty and portrayed her in the worst possible way. It's been 4 years since Wendy filed for divorce from Kevin after he then got his side piece, Sharina Hudson, pregnant. But the affair had already been going on for years because Kevin and Sharina had been linked together as far back as 2007. And throughout their affair, Kevin was always a generous sugar daddy to Sharina. He spent a whole lot of Wendy's money on Sharina, like buying her a house that wasn't so far from the house that he and Wendy lived in.
I read about it in the blogs and the tabloids, the address of this place that he had purchased to share with this backwoods bitch, 9 miles from my house in Livingston. And they're living the high life.
Listen, it's the audacity for me. He also funded her multiple businesses, even though they weren't very successful. He set up a big store for her in her native town of South Carolina, but the business ended up being a disappointment and it shut down only after a couple of months. Kevin wasn't bothered though, because he then invested in an online clothing and jewelry store called Vish, and again the business was a flop and ended up crashing after a short while. The store was another failure, but again, Kevin was not ready to give up. He helped her get certified as a realtor, but again, this didn't work out either. He then opened up a vegan company for her, which was the 5th company he was setting up for her. Oh, and let's not forget that he was also financially supporting her while he was setting up all these businesses for her. And yes, it was all Wendy's money. Now, Wendy definitely knew all about the affair, but she had this weird agreement with Kevin that he was not allowed to get Sharina pregnant. But we all know how that story went. He got Sharina pregnant and Wendy had to give him the boot. She gave him the boot, but not before she got him fired from his job on the Wendy show.
You know, I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day.
Now we all know that Wendy can be petty as F, so it shouldn't be surprising to anyone that she had him fired. But then she had to pay him alimony as a part of their divorce settlement, and Kevin felt like he had played Wendy and gotten a good deal. But what he didn't realize was that Wendy was playing the long game, and she was stacking her cards to make a big move.
Plotative individual. I will plot on you. That's right.
When she said she was plotative, she wasn't joking around, because it turned out that she had her lawyers add a clause into the alimony agreement that said that she no longer had to pay him if she stopped working on the Wendy show. Kevin probably didn't read that clause, or he read it and didn't care, especially since the alimony payments were coming in steady. Now remember how I said that he set up multiple businesses for Sharina and how they all failed? Well, they both decided to just live off of Wendy's alimony payments instead of looking for work. They had no tangible investment or real source of income. Well, apart from Wendy, that is. They probably thought that she was going to keep paying alimony or something. Well, the Wendy show got canceled after she got sick for a long time, and she stopped paying Kevin alimony. And this is where Kevin's trouble started taking a turn. Like I said, he and Sharina had no source of income or any investment that worked, so they quickly went broke. And when I say they went broke, I mean broke. At first, Kevin tried to be all high and mighty about it, and he put Wendy and her team on blast, saying, Wendy was in rehab and these people just stopped depositing my money cold turkey? Now I'm demanding to see all the bank records from the time of the divorce until now, and that will show what really is going on. These people have tried to starve me out. At the end of the day, I earned that money and I'm not letting them take it. I will only say for now that it breaks my heart to see what is happening to her. I know she is not in a good place and she is surrounded by people who are taking advantage of her condition, including this so-called guardianship. But unfortunately for him, people were not on his side and he quickly realized that the clause in their alimony agreement meant that he no longer was entitled to receiving alimony payments. He then tried to gaslight and guilt trip Wendy into paying him. He made a public appeal saying, I have fallen behind on most of my bills. I currently live in a community that requires payments to the homeowners association, and I'm behind on that bill. My life has been greatly affected since the plaintiff stopped making payments under our settlement agreement. The fact that I am unable to sustain my life and pay my bills in order is extremely urgent to me. I cannot pay my bills and sustain my day-to-day living. When that didn't work, he decided to take things to court and asked the judge to order Wendy to pay him alimony so he couldn't go bankrupt. The case was thrown out of court for obvious reasons, and he was back to square one. And just when he thought that things couldn't possibly get worse, he got dumped by his little boo thing, Sharina. The breakup was first revealed in a blind item that went viral, and it said, somewhere out there, a talk show host is having a great laugh. Her serial cheating, serial stealing ex broke up with his mistress. She was spending too much of his ill-gotten gains. But it turns out that Kevin didn't break up with Sharina because she was the one who dumped him.
Now, I am hearing that her ex-husband Kevin and Sharina are no longer together, and you know what that is.
Well, come on now.
The money gone.
What you thought was gonna happen?
The money is gone.
Yeah, so it turns out that Sharina is not about that broke lifestyle. Kevin probably thought that she was his ride or die, but she said psych and dipped. Oh, and he can probably expect to be hit with the child support suit pretty soon because she does not play around. Now, sources close to Kevin have revealed that he has hit rock bottom and does not know where to go from here. Well, actually, that's not completely correct because even though he has hit rock bottom, he does know where he thinks he can go, and that's Wendy's door. Knock, knock. An inside source revealed that Kevin has been allegedly hitting up Wendy, wanting to apologize to her for the way he treated her and asking for forgiveness. The insider also claimed that Kevin has been begging Wendy to take him back because he wants to fix their relationship and give things a second shot. Of course, now that he lost everything, he seems to understand that Wendy was a real one and the love of his life. Either that or he's just trying to get his hands on her money again since he's broke. But another source said that Wendy thinks that Kevin is delulu, aka delusional, if he thinks that she is going to take him back after the way he treated her. Not only did he cheat on her throughout their marriage, but he also threw his affair with Sharina in her face. She believes that the only reason he is asking her to forgive him is that he's gone broke and Sharina has left him. He has nobody else left, but she doesn't care because she is not about to let him use her like his personal ATM again. And of course, the fans are on her side here because they have been begging her to not fall for Kevin's lies. They left comments saying, wasn't he just saying Sharina Hudson was his soulmate? My, what a couple of years with no alimony payments make. I really hope Wendy doesn't fall for this. And he wants to put her in a conservatorship so he can get access to all her money. On the other hand, there are fans who think that this is a plot between Kevin and Sharina to finesse some money from Wendy. This person said, I hear Wendy isn't doing well health-wise. I could totally see this being a plot by both of them to get some money if anything happens to her. And if it's a scam between him and his girlfriend, Wendy probably won't make it through this one. But do you guys agree that this could be a plot between Kevin and Sharina? Or do you think that he is truly sorry and wants Wendy back? Let me know what you think in the comments and then check out this next video.